Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another Pick 3 Florida workout. And I want to share with you guys, especially if you're looking up date some numbers and how they may position themselves in front of certain numbers, okay? You hear me talk a lot about the key digit numbers, and date some numbers are still very relevant. I will never throw those away. But this could be a really cool way to make sure you're paying attention on how you're looking at them, okay? So we're gonna go back a couple of draws. I'm gonna go back to November 14th evening. There was a hit of 971 here in Florida. So if you don't know how to put down the 317 rundowns together, they're very simple. Once you lock in the hit you're gonna use, you're simply going to add each of those numbers down the columns, okay? So for the first column, we're gonna add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 9 is 12. For your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones, place your 2, okay? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Only use your 1, okay? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Just use your 0, okay? Let me see here. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 6 plus 3 is 9, all right? So once you have everything filled out for that first column, you check yourself, make sure the number you start with is the number that you end with, okay? Then you would add 1 all the way down that second column, 7 all the way down the third column. So I was just sitting here, I've been frustrated because I've been one off a lot of my games, and I said I'm just going to take a few days to just kind of just look at the numbers and see what the patterns are showing me. Found some really cool things. So I want you guys to make sure you're paying attention to future date some numbers. Make sure you're keeping a daily log. Pay attention to the numbers that are in front of doubles or mirrors, okay? Now, for the last few days, they've been showing up on the first column, okay? So pay attention to this number 2, for instance. Okay, and this number 7, it's mirror. You notice how in front of that digit, there are double numbers, right? You got your 88 and you got your 33, all right? I'm going to tell you guys something. Make sure you're paying attention if you're looking for date some numbers, key digit numbers, or some other number that you think is really special. Pay attention to see if that number is in front or in back of a double or mirror. That could make a world of difference on tracking the patterns for your state, okay? Something I'm learning and really paying attention to. So let's talk about mirror numbers, because we have a 2 that's in front of an 88, and we have a 7 that's in front of a 33. Now, your 2 and 7, they're actually the same number, they're just opposite of each other, okay? So let's talk about mirror numbers. Mirror numbers are as follows. So when you hear us talk about that in the Pick 3 community, that's what we're saying. We're saying it's the same number, opposite, and you can kind of switch them out, okay? So a mirror 0 could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be a 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, 9 could be a 4, okay? So with that said, pay close attention, okay? What people don't know about rundowns is once you put the hit in, after a certain part of the rundown, they are all mirrored numbers. Like this 971 becomes a 426, and all of the subsequent numbers after it are mirrored. That's it. A lot of people don't know that. Well, if you didn't, now you know, right? Okay. So again, paying attention closely to this first column. Now, if they did a switch, I'll show you that later. But mainly pay attention to the first column for right now, okay? Could they be on the third column? Yes. But let's just take a look at the first column. We got our 2 and our 7 once again. Why they're so important? They're literally in front of these doubles, okay? Your 88 and it's mirror 33. Now, what I've been noticing is those numbers may have very similar patterns, L-shaped pattern, which means the numbers that could be coming on this particular date some number could be hot, okay? So let's talk about it. So let's look at the numbers around 0, 4, 3, okay? 0, 4, 3. Notice how that goes right around. I'm going to write that down. Also 4, 3, 2. I'm going to write that down. Okay. Let's also look at the 2. We have 978. I'm going to write that down. And a 598. I'm going to write those down. Okay. All right. So let's say we're looking for one of these numbers, these hot combinations, to come on a particular date sum number, 2 or 7. Okay. I just want you to hold that idea how we just got those numbers. We're literally just going L-shaped right around them, right? Well, I want you to pay attention. One of these numbers came out. It was 598, and it hit November 16th, okay? 598. I want y'all to remember that, because we're going to talk about why is this so important and why was it so important that it came out on that date. So notice the L shape, okay? Wrapped right around this date sum number. Now let's talk about date sum numbers, okay? A date sum number is when you add the month and the date together. When this hit came out, it came out November 16th. That's very important. So what you would do for your date sum numbers, add 11 plus 16. You're going to get the number 27. The number 7, whatever's in the ones place, that is your date sum number, okay? That's your date sum number, whatever's in the ones place. Once you add the month and the date together, whatever's in the ones place. Now notice how the 7 and its mirror, that's why you need to know your mirrors. All those people talk about they don't believe in mirrors. Pay attention. 7 or its mirror 2. There was a hit that came out on that date sum number. That number was 598. It wrapped right around the date sum number, its mirror. Okay, so you don't have to just say 2, 7. You would also go 2. Okay, make sure that you know how to do that. Why? Because the trickery is mirroring, and I know people don't like to do that, but it's real. So what did we do? We looked on our first column. We saw that there were some numbers attached to the double or mirror, right? Now this 971 actually hit November 14th. So this came a few days before this even hit. Okay? What does that mean? You guys are going to have to keep a chart. My handwriting. But you're going to have to keep a chart of daily what's going on. Okay? Why? So if you need a particular date sum number and it's wrapped or it's in front of a double mirror, you can spot them quickly. Okay? All right? So we cool, right? We cool. I want you to go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up right now. I appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, join the membership. Okay? We'd love to have you, especially getting all the good stuff. We get all of our videos first. We have those hot pick 3 predictions. You get to actually request your pick 3 videos. I'm not able to do that in the public because the list, the amount of time it takes. But hey, if you guys are interested in that, we'd love to see you. There will be a link in the description. Okay, so let's go on to the next example. Okay, so November 16th midday, there was a hit of 598. Okay, now notice, like I said, you could do, make sure you're keeping a daily log of what's going on. So November 16th midday, the 598 came. I noticed in front of the mirrors, this time they were mirrors, there was an 8 in its mirror 3. Okay, so what I would do is, and anytime I see a date sum that's coming up in a couple days, and I would see it on the first column, for instance, they are moving. I'm going to tell you that now. They're not just staying on the first column, but pay attention to what's going on your first and your third column. If you see a date sum number and it's in front of a double mirror, whether it's the first column or the third column, you're going to want to pay attention to the numbers around it. Keep a little list. That particular date sum number that's coming up, you may want to have those numbers ready. I'm not telling you to or not to, but my suggestion, play on paper first. Play on paper, see if you get your prediction spot on. All right, so let's go here. So again, I love the setup here because you're literally just going right around, wrapped around those potential date sum numbers. So with this 8, we have a 590. Write that down. We have a 110. And just, we were talking about this 110. I hope it comes out for Florida in our membership. I hope that comes out. Then we have a 043. I'm sorry, a 045. And then we have a 665. Again, we're just keeping it simple. If you notice they start veering off and doing other shape patterns, then you work with that. All right, so what actually came up out of this group of numbers? The number 509. Ooh, right there. And then 0. Ow. Okay. When did it hit? November 17th. Why is that going to be important? Watch this. We're talking about date sum numbers, right? November 17th, if we add the month and date together, we get the number 28. So that means the number 8 or 3, we're looking for a hit to be around there, right? What's the common thing? We're looking for that date sum number to be in front or in back of a double, or a mirror number. And guess what? It was in front of the 8, okay? 590 hit. Nice. And there's so much more, Florida. There's so much more. I will have more videos. I have a 2-digit coming out that probably will stay in the membership. I have some more special workout. I can't say too much, but Florida, when you guys get that in the membership, y'all study this stuff. So anybody outside of the state of Florida, pay attention. If you're using date sums, that's your thing. You notice there are hits that are coming around there. Pay attention. Are those date sum numbers in front or back of doubles or mirrors? That can help you out so much, okay? They may vary state to state. That's okay. But if it can give you a good set of numbers to look forward to, not that I can guarantee, okay? Before we end, hold on. Remember I told you I was just looking at the first column for this pattern. It happened again tonight. I'm not sure if you can see my chicken scratch. So I was following November 16th, evening 213. Now, something is happening here, and I want you guys to pay attention. Not just for date sums, but date numbers. Look at this 7. You notice it's in back of a mirror, 83. 344. Pay attention to that numbers. It hit as 434. They can interchange between a date sum number and a date number. I'm going to leave that alone. We'll talk about that more in the membership. All right. Anyways, definitely give your girl a thumbs up. I hope you guys are loving the workouts. I hope they're getting easier and better. Definitely let me know how you're doing with it, and we'll see you guys on the next video.